All right, that looks good to go. We have audio going through, which is excellent. All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Hardcore. And as you can see, we are back here in a hole. That is because we were actually going after the Ender Dragon. The only issue is, my Eyes of Ender are not pointing us towards the stronghold. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly double check that we have the right spot. Okay, so my information over here, we do have a stronghold present. You go this way. We want to use the Unbreaking Pickaxe. What's going on here? Oh, that's the water. So probably not up. There it is, finally. So, okay, the Ender Pearl was right. It just took forever to find it. Goodness. But we made it, finally. Hello? Oh. Bottleneck them. Beautiful. So now the trick is finding the portal itself. Which is sometimes easier said than done. Never mind, there it is. Ah, not silverfish. Here we are. How are you still spawning? There's lights literally everywhere. That's it, you're getting broken. Alright, but here we are. The portal. We can actually get rid of, where is it? No. What am I looking for? Subtitles. There we are. And we actually got really unlucky with that portal. Goodness. Only 2 are filled in. But we have plenty of Eyes of Ender, so we don't need to worry about that. What I do want to do, though, is poke around the stronghold a little bit more. Because I kind of want to find the library. Nope, not down there. And our armor's taking a beating. Goodness. We definitely need to get those mending books as soon as possible. Let's see here. Hey, a diamond. I'll take it. Here we are. The library. Eye armor trim. Smithing template. Interesting. I need to remember I can do armor trimming. Is that the only chest available? I don't have a sword on me. Oh, it has its own sound now. Here we are. There's at least one more chest. Fortune 3 and Riptide. Ooh. Excellent. Those can stack. Frostwalker 2 and Lure 2. I don't think those are worth filling up my inventory. Because one of the other things I want to do is I want to take them. Oh, and we have Silk Touch. Oh, this is so much better because we can just pick them up. Magic items for the win. Because not only do I want to continue, like, filling out, like, enchanting areas with bookshelves, but it's also just, like, nice to have these as building blocks. One of the other plans I also want to make once we have access to the end. Ooh, hello, creeper. Is actually make an Enderman farm, because those are generally, if they're built right, they're pretty effective at getting XP. And as nice as our zombie farm is, it is still very slow. And there are multiple stacks of bookshelves in this room. Excuse me. Excuse me. No, you're not allowed to break down the door. I might be yoinking all the bookshelves, but no, you're not allowed to break down the door. Oops, I broke the chest. I did not mean to do that. So that gave us, like, a lot of bookshelves. Oh, there's a chest up here. Apple gold ingot. Alright, let's find our way back to the portal. Don't think it was down that way. Okay, I think... maybe it was down this way. Nope, this is a dead end. That's also a dead end. So it had to be this way. There it is. That's the portal. So also what I want to do, because we're definitely going to want to have infrastructure down here. I want to make a staircase out of here. That we can use to get back down. And I really hope this isn't going to be underwater. But there's only one way to find out. The other tricky part about having a Silk Touch pickaxe is the best way to repair a mending pickaxe is just to mine like quartz or something. But with Silk Touch, you're obviously not going to get it to drop XP. So it kind of has to be repaired manually. Oh, because I dug down to, like, the ancient city, I remember now. I was like, where did I get all these diamonds from? There we are, and then I will use some of my scaffolding to make a little pillar. I don't need gold nuggets. Yeah, there's my other pillar. So there we are. We now have a tunnel down to the portal room, which is very exciting indeed. And I just want to... why do I have a boat? Oh, because I was sailing over here. It's like, what? A boat. All right. I think it's time for enough dilly-dallying. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to venture into the end. Let me just drop this chunk of stone from my inventory. Let's go over everything we have. We have 3 things of potions of slow falling. We have 3 stacks of arrows. We have 3 potions of strength. We have the shooting star crossbow, which will be our ranged weapon of choice. We have food, plenty of food. We have a water bucket to fend off the Enderman. We have scaffolding and the water bucket to get up and down the pillars. And we have pickaxes to mine blocks in case they are needed. So let's throw our Eyes of Ender in. Oop, that's not Eye of Ender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And time for the final one. The end portal. Gazing into the abyss. Oh boy. I am going to quickly buff up, because these are... The slow falling is 8 minutes, the strength... Or sorry, 4 minutes, the potion... The strength is 8 minutes. So we can definitely pre-buff the strength. And then I'm also going to pre-buff the slow falling, just in case. Alright, let's do this! Loading terrain. Why is the end taking so long? Oh, we're here. Alright, so using our slow falling, we can glide over here. There's the dragon. Alright, step 1. Take out the end crystals. So we also have the water bucket in case we get swarmed by endermen, which will be incredibly useful. Okay, can I... Okay, cool. I can shoot them through the bars. We just have to be pretty accurate. Oh, it fired! Alright, here, let's take out the ones that aren't in cages yet first. Oh, come on. There we are. I can't remember what enchantments we got. We got piercing and quick charge. Okay. Oh, we making good shots. Find another thing. Oh, we got that one. So there's one on top of that pillar. Our crossbow doesn't reach long enough up there. We're going to have to go up. Oh, jeez. Alright, we're going to start by... Okay, we have the slow falling, so we don't need to worry about falling. In fact, if we need to make a quick getaway, i.e. it like... Oh, jeez. Hey, thanks, bud. Okay. Can we get this guy from here? Nice. What about that guy? Oh, come on. Over in the air. Oh, no, didn't get it. But that he launched us into the air. That is explicitly why I made sure to go get a potion of slow falling. Oh, I hit the dragon. Oh, jeez. That one's still... Oh, jeez. Oh, he's not mad. We're good. We good, we good, we good. Don't destroy them. You little... Who knew my scaffolding was so fragile? Oh, jeez. We ran out of our first potion of slow falling. Okay. Blocks. Oh, jeez. That did a lot of damage. But I think all the pillars are down. Alright, it's time to go after the dragon itself. Get a little bit closer. We're doing fine on arrow count. Armor is not looking too hot. There we are. Make use of our strength. No worries, we have slow fall. Oh, he hit a lot of Endermen. There's a lot of Endermen mad at the Ender Dragon right now. Nice, got him. Yeah, the Ender Dragon's doing a number on my armor. How are we doing on slow fall? We got 2 more minutes. Oh jeez, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Just continue pelting him with arrows. Almost, come on. Just stay distracted with the Enderman. He's turning around. Almost. Oh, I got him! We did it! Ender Dragon is down. Free the end. We did it. Do I have a torch on me? Thank goodness I have a torch on me. We definitely don't want to lose this guy. This Ender Dragon egg, there's only 1 per world. The next generation. Oh my goodness, the Ender Dragon is down. As well as, where is it? There it is. That is going to be our next big adventure. But we do need to take a pit stop back at home, because I'm carrying a lot of stuff, and that's going to be a lot more inventory-heavy adventure. As well as my armor is not looking too hot. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for one of my favorite parts of Minecraft, the end poem. I see the player. You mean Garf? Yes. Take care. It has reached a higher level now. We can read our thoughts. But that doesn't matter. It thinks we are part of the game. I like this player. It played well. It did not give up. It is reading our thoughts as though they were words on a screen. That is how it chooses to imagine many things when it is deep in the dream of a game. The worlds are a wonderful interface, very flexible, and less terrifying than staring at reality behind the screen. I used to hear voices. Before players could not read, back in the days when those who did not play called the players witches and warlocks. When players dreamed, they flew through the air, on sticks powered by demons. What did this player dream? This player dreamed of sunlight and trees, of fire and water. It dreamed it created, and it dreamed it destroyed. It dreamed it hunted, and was hunted. It dreamed of shelter. The original interface. 1,000,000 years old, and it still works. But what true structure did this player create in the reality behind the screen? It worked with 1,000,000 others to sculpt a true world in the fold of, and created a, or, and the. I cannot read that though. No, it has not achieved the highest level. That it must achieve in the long dream of life, not the short dream of a game. Does it know that we love it? That the universe is kind? Sometimes. Though the noise of its thoughts, it hears the universe? Yes. But there are many times it is sad, the long dream. It creates worlds that have no summer, and it shivers under a black sun, and it's sad of creation for reality. To cure it of sorrow would destroy it. The sorrow is part of its own private task. We cannot interfere. Sometimes, when they are deep in dreams, I want to tell them they are building true worlds in reality. Sometimes I want to tell them of their importance to the universe. Sometimes, when they have not made a true connection in a while, I want to help them speak in the world they fear. It reads our thoughts. Sometimes I do not care. Sometimes I wish to tell them this world you take for truth is merely, and I wish to tell them that they see so little of reality in their long dream, and yet they play the game. But it would be so easy to tell them. Too strong for this dream. To tell me how to live is to prevent them from living. I will not tell them how to live. The player is growing restless. I will tell the player a story, but not the truth. No, a story that contains the truth safely, in a cage of words. Not the naked truth that can burn over any distance. Give it a body again. Yes, player. Use its name. Darth, player of games. Good. Take a breath now. Take another. Feel the air in your lungs. Let your limbs return. Yes, move your fingers. Have a body again, under gravity, in air, respawn in the long dream. There you are, your body touching the universe again at every point, as though you were separate things, as though we were separate things. Who are we? We are called the Spirit of the Mountain, Father Sun, Mother Moon, ancestral spirits, animal spirits, jinn, ghosts, the Green Man, then gods, demons, angels, poltergeists, aliens, extraterrestrials, leptons, quarks. The worlds change, we do not change. We are the universe. We are everything you think isn't you. You are looking at us now, through your skin and your eyes. And what does the universe touch your skin and throw light on you? To see you, player, I know you, and to be known, I shall tell you of a story. Once upon a time there was a player. The player was you. Sometimes it thought itself human, on the thin crust of a spinning globe of molten rock. The ball of molten rock circled a ball of blazing gas that was 330,000 times more massive than it. They were so far apart that the light took 8 minutes across the gap. The light was information from a star. It could burn his skin from 150 kilometers away. Sometimes the player dreamed it was a miner, on the surface of a world that was flat and infinite. The sun was a square of white, the days were short, there was so much to do, and death was a temporary inconvenience. Sometimes the player dreamed it was lost in a story. Sometimes the player dreamed it was other things, in other places. Sometimes these dreams were disturbing, sometimes beautiful indeed. Sometimes the player woke from one dream into another, then woke from that into a third. Sometimes the dream player it watched worlds on a screen. Let's go back. The atoms of the player were scattered in the grass, in the rivers, in the air, in the ground. The woman gathered the atoms. She drank and ate and inhaled. The woman assembled the player in her body. As the player awoke from the warm dark of its mother's body into a long dream, the player was a new story, never told before, written the letters of DNA, and the story was a new program, never run before, generated by source code 1 billion years old, and the player was a new human, never alive before, from nothing but milk and love. You are the player. You are the story. The program human, made from nothing but milk and love. Let's go further back. The 7 billion atoms of the player's body were created long before the game in the heart of a star. So the player too is information from a star. The player moves through a story. getting lost. Josh, the player sometimes created a small private world that was soft, warm, and simple, sometimes hard and cold and complicated. Sometimes it built the model of a universe in its head, flecks of energy moving through the vast empty spaces. Sometimes those flecks were called electrons and protons. Sometimes planets and stars. Sometimes it believes it was the universe that was made of energy, of offs and ons, zeros and ones, lines of code. Sometimes it believed it was a game. Sometimes it was reading the words on the screen. You are the player, reading words. Shush. Sometimes the player read the lines of code on the screen, decoded them into words, the meanings into feelings, into ideas, theories. You are alive. And sometimes the player believed in the universe, had spoken through it, through the sunlight that came through the shuffling of leaves of the summer trees. And sometimes the player believed in the universe, had spoken to it, through the light that fell from the crisp night sky of winter, where a fleck in the light corner of the player's eye might be a star a million times massive as the sun, boiling its planets into plasma in order to be visible for a moment to the player, walking home, suddenly smelling food, almost at a familiar door, about to dream again. And sometimes the player believed had spoken through the zeros and ones, through the electricity of the world, through the scrolling words on a screen at the end of a dream. And the universe said, I loved you. And the universe said you had played the game well. And the universe said everything you need is within you. And the universe said you are stronger than you know. And the universe said you are the day-night. And the universe said you are the night. And the universe said you are the darkness you fight is within you. And the universe said the light you seek was within you. And the universe said you are not alone. And the universe said you are not separate from every other thing. And the universe said you are the universe tasting itself, talking to itself, reading its own code. And the universe said I love you, because you are love. And the game was over, and the player woke up from the dream, and began a new dream, and the player dreamed again, dreamed better, and the player was the universe, and the player was love. You are the player. Wake up. And that was the Ender Dragon. Yep, we did the Ender Dragon. And welcome to the stream, Silver Dragon. Lots of dragons. Minecraft. Definitely one of my favorite games of all time, and one of the games that has had one of the biggest impacts. But it was kind of funny. I was trying to read the whole poem, but even though it feels like it goes by so slowly when you're reading it out loud, it is too fast. Better than Bedrock's, really. Is it not the same poem? I guess I've never beaten the dragon on Bedrock. But yes, oh, it's shorter. Oh, that sucks. Like, the end poem is one of the coolest parts about, like, the Ender Dragon fight, because it's so poetic, it's so enigmatic, it's so mysterious, it's so, like, esoteric. It speaks both of, like, spiritualism and science. Like, it's crazy. And I love it. I love the end poem. Welcome to the stream. We are just letting the credits roll by as we recently finished off the Ender Dragon. But I especially love, like, I don't think it's a stanza. I love the last section of it, where it's the repeating idea of the universe said, like, especially the stuff along the lines of, and the universe said the darkness you fight is within you, and the universe said the light you seek is within you. Like, just that part was so cool. I also kind of love that idea in games. Yeah, welcome to the beginning. I also love that idea in games, that there's some stuff that just isn't explained. Like, I don't think we've ever gotten an official explanation for what the end poem means. I mean, people have obviously theorized about its true meaning, but we've never gotten an official explanation. And I just like that it's mysterious, it's mystery. It's not fully explained, so it's left up to your imagination. Yep. The first of many. Well, I've done it before, but like in the hardcore series plural, we will hopefully be defeating many bosses multiple times. I'm excited for the hardcore seasons. We've got a lot of cool stuff planned. Like, I definitely want to revisit the Artificer SMP in hardcore, although I need to make sure I can get Create 6 working, because Create 6 has been very buggy with other mods, because Create 6 is so cool. I've had ideas suggested to me to do install a Wither Storm mod. So maybe I do a very Minecraft story mode themed thing. I've had the idea of essentially reprising Eternal Darkness. Although the only issue with Eternal Darkness is it would be very similar to the vanilla run. But who knows? What other ones have I had ideas for? Yeah. So, okay, basically my idea is I'm going to categorize the hardcore ideas into two groups. There's going to be long outlook and short outlook. Long outlook are vanilla, the Artificer SMP, and stuff like that, where, assuming I don't die from a stupid reason, there's a pretty good chance that I will last a while. That's awesome. I'm glad she enjoyed it. So basically, and then the short ones are going to be like the Witherstorm, because just because the Witherstorm I've heard is pretty difficult, but also if I take down the Witherstorm, I don't really see a reason in continuing that season, because after that it would just be like it would just be like another vanilla run. And I obviously need to compile some more ideas together. I did recently find this mod pack that I'm making some videos on shortly, called Create Chronicles, which is pretty cool. I've had a lot of fun with like the combat mechanics in that mod pack. Insight Global Inc. Send the Inc. Architect Consulting LLC. But yeah, I mean, I can skip these, but I figured I'll use it as a chance to chat to you guys directly. And just for once, let the entirety of the credits roll. Nice, got your right mouse button working. I've also never heard this music before. I didn't know this was in the game. Maybe it was added in an update after not that I stopped playing the game, but I haven't always done the Ender Dragon fight in every time I've played. But the plan for the rest of the stream is to get a mending villager back at base, and to I know it's pretty good. Get a mending villager back at base, and to return to the end to hopefully start doing some end busting. The first round of end busting is always the most painful of just endless walking until you find a end city. That's the part of the game that I really think needs another pass. Not for the whole sake of just adding more content, but for the sake of game design. The whole just walking aimlessly for forever isn't really fun. And it's not like the Nether, where there's varied terrain and bastions and stuff to encounter along the way. In the end, there's literally nothing. I mean, I guess it's the point of the end. It's supposed to be a place of entropy. But I don't know. From a game design perspective, I think it needs more. Just jam out to the music a little bit. Yeah, I know. I mean, I think the Happy Gas stuff is pretty cool, and it's some nice additions to the lore, as well as some of the more ambient stuff. I think is pretty solid. But we need something new in the end. Dang. It's crazy how many people contribute to Minecraft now. Because it used to just be one person and then two people. Because Minecraft used to be an indie game. As well as the changes to leads are going to be so nice. Just the idea of like chaining stuff together or moving villagers using leads, or suspending stuff off of a Happy Ghast is super cool. Yeah, placing blocks in the air would be pretty sick. I think as some people like theorize, like you place it off the Happy Ghast. Or a cloud block could work. I mean, it's not that bad. You can still use scaffolding to like build up, and then once you like place the block you need, you can just get rid of the scaffolding and then use the Happy Ghast. Because that is the issue with Elytra Flight, is it's a pain to still build with. And then Potion of Levitation only like makes you go, I don't know, wait, hold on, is that even a thing? Might be gaslighting myself into thinking a Potion of Levitation is a thing. But yeah, Elytras are a pain to build with, because they're all about gliding. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that Elytras are not useful for building. They're very useful for exploring and getting around, but not building. There's the 4 composers for Minecraft. Pretty sure isn't I think one of those is C418. Hold on. Yeah, Daniel Rosenfield is C418. Lena Rain. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. One thing I absolutely love the Elytra for, though, is when you get it in modded, and you can... Normally in modded, it can kind of get outshadowed, but some things will do it well by integrating it into, like, their cool stuff. Like, on the Artificer SMP Season 2 streams, I managed to get an Elytra. Did I stream that part? I can't remember. I managed to get an Elytra and the pneumatic armor, and the pneumatic armor is all about being modular, so you can put upgrades on, and one of the upgrades is the Elytra upgrade. And it's just really cool having the Elytra as a part of my power armor. Oh, magic power armor, so cool. Arcane armor. That's why I like the armor artificer. To be fair, I love all artificers, but I really like armor. Well, I really like all of them. No worries, we're just continuing to talk about random things about the game while watching the credits roll. We were just talking about the Elytra a little bit. Don't worry, the credits will be over soon. Also, just a small way of, like, watching the credits is just a small way of saying thanks to everyone who worked on the game. To bring us one of the most influential video games to ever exist. I'm kind of curious if the credits have like a special thanks section. But yeah, back to that idea of the short Outlook seasons. Slow down. Yeah, I feel that. Take some time to enjoy the ride. Um, that idea of the long Outlook seasons versus short Outlook seasons is, so season 2 is probably going to be a short Outlook season. The idea being we'll alternate between the two, so that way we get a little bit of variety and not just bog down with long Outlook seasons every single time. So I'll probably put it on a poll in the Discord server whenever whenever I end up falling in battle or dying in this world, of what the next one should be. I don't know what else I would do. I need to compile a list of other short Outlook ones, because there is the Witherstorm. I'm sure there's some like hardcore packs out there. Like we could do. I would say RL Craft, but I don't even know if I could make a whole. I could last a whole stream on RL Craft. RL Craft is intense. What are other ways to play Minecraft? I mean, there's just like generic challenges as well. Like, I can't think of one. I know. It could probably fit in a short, like a YouTube short. Like, hey guys, here's Hardcore Season 2, RL Craft. 30 seconds later, oh, I'm dead. That was quite the season, wasn't it? Oh, you know what? I could have done that for April Fools. Man. Oh well. Yeah, RLCraft is sometimes a pain. Oh, you know what I should finish? Oh, I'd want to do 100 days on it though. Shoot, I don't know. Oh no, I know how to remedy it. I can stream it, but then also edit it into 100 days after it's done. The idea of revisiting starting on the moon, because this time we'd be using Ad Astra. Because Ad Astra is so much better than Galacticraft. I'm sorry, Galacticraft, you were innovative and you were first, but we have so much better mods now. Because I haven't worked on it recently, but I've slowly been putting together a mod pack that starts you on the moon, and then so you have to figure out how to like survive where you started on the moon. So like the first few days on the moon are going to be essentially a race against the clock, because you start on the moon with with a spacesuit and oxygen gear, right? But you have limited oxygen, so you essentially, you essentially have to race against time to get an oxygen setup. I have played 1.7.10 packs, primarily because I started playing Minecraft mod packs like a long time ago, like back when I was in like middle school. I even started, and I didn't even have I had a MacBook Pro, and that's what I played Minecraft mod packs on. I don't think I played Galactic Science per se. I've played the 1.7.10 pack. I've played Hexit, which I think Hexit was 1.6.4. Hexit was a fun pack. It was very much a like hack and slash where it basically makes it sort of like Terraria. I've never heard of Galactic Science, I'm afraid. I've played Attack of the B or C team. I think it's B team. Attack of the B team. I played the original Tekkit. That was when I first realized that power armor is so cool, and I always want to make it. I don't remember any other mod packs I played. I've also played quite a few 1.12 packs. Like, I obviously put together a pack for 100 Days on the Moon. I played a lot of MC Eternal. But I've kind of I'm starting to like take a much more of a liking to modern Minecraft. Modern Minecraft mod packs. We could totally do for one of the longer seasons, a like old Minecraft or old Minecraft mod pack though. That could be cool. Like a return to the original Hexit or something would be interesting. Have the game run at 2 billion frames per second. Interesting. I mean, I can definitely infer what it would be in it. And I've definitely used Ender.io. I haven't used Minechem. Ender.io is pretty cool. But in my opinion, I do think the mods have gotten better in modern Minecraft. Like, there is obviously the whole, argument of create and how good it is. But I also think even mods that did exist previously have just gotten better as they've been updated to modern Minecraft. I guess the biggest example for me is, as cool and iconic as Buildcraft was, I kind of prefer Create. One mod that does not fall into that category, I mean, it's still fun to play, but it's just become a meme at this point, is the Twilight Forest. That mod is still not done. That's not the issue I have with the Twilight Forest. My biggest issue with the Twilight Forest is sometimes it feels like it's labyrinth after labyrinth after labyrinth. Like, I feel like I'm running around mazes a lot in the Twilight Forest. Maybe that's just because I tried and treat it as a boss rush. Huh. The great thing about playing mod packs where we go to the moon is the moon is very PC friendly because there's not a whole lot there. It's almost like the moon is a barren wasteland. It runs really well on my computer. How many cool things are lacking from like modern Minecraft? Yeah. I think it is just we got better at making mods over time. Because, like, Thermal and Mechanism have been around for forever, but they've been continuing to improve as time has gone on. Mechanism especially. I remember playing, like, a really old mod pack once, and it had Mechanism, but I don't want to be mean to the original creator of Mechanism, because this was probably before he got an artist. But the original textures and models for Mechanism were kind of atrocious. The new ones look so much better. Ooh, here's special thanks. 4J Studios. Yep, the guys who brought Minecraft to Xbox. Oh, the Xbox Live team. Xbox Game Studios. Ah, 4J. I'm glad 4J is doing well. Development partner Blackbird Interactive. Interesting. More vanilla-like mods? I kind of like both. I really love the mods that add like a whole lot of stuff. Like, I love mods that add power armor. I like stuff like iron spells and spellbooks. I also have been having a whole lot of fun with better combat in Simply Swords. But I do like some vanilla plus mods. Not as much Quark, I found out. For whatever reason, I just don't like Quark that much. But stuff like the Antique Atlas is pretty cool. Chalk is pretty cool. I think the one big thing that it's not really an issue that blocks me from enjoying them a lot, but one thing that always goes in my mind when I get together with friends to play a mod pack is I am not a big fan of when I'm on a server with friends playing a highly progression and highly like advancement capable mod pack. What I mean by that is like the idea of getting really powerful gear that is like way above Minecraft's league or vanilla league, because it always feels to me that the whole time everyone's on the server it's a race to get that gear, and then once they get that gear, they stop playing. Because they're like, oh, I did everything. Which is why whenever I play with friends, I always try to encourage the mod pack to be... And initially I tried to encourage it to just be like very vanilla side grady, I guess. So it's not really adding anything new to the top of vanilla, it's just adding more stuff to do in the middle of vanilla. Like that's what the Artificer Season 1 pack was. Is I made sure very carefully that there wasn't like anything better than Netherite. There wasn't much to do other than create an Ars Navale. I can definitely see how it's too much. Like, there are some mods that I don't even know how to use. But yeah, because my big thing is if I have a big mod pack that adds a lot of stuff, it's just going to be a race for the best stuff. And even if we have a progression tree, it's still just going to be a race for the best stuff. And I know that once they get that stuff, they're just not going to play anymore. Because basically my goal is always, like, my dream for a multiplayer server is almost like a community server, where everyone gets on decently regularly to, like, hang out. And, like, build their own base or town, and then visit other people's bases and towns, and stuff like that. Where the main goal of the game isn't progressing or to beat the game, but to enjoy the game. Oh, a very community-like server? That's pretty awesome. Mojang Studios alumni. Ah, the original creator of Minecraft, Marcus Persson. Notch. That's what I'm also like. If the whole server's vibe is everyone hanging out together, then you're more inclined to actually like design a base. Because if the whole server is only thinking about like progressing and getting gear, then I mean not everyone does this, because I have anecdotal evidence that like says otherwise, but there's a good chance that people will kind of like neglect what their base is and just be in a hole in the ground with all their create machines stuffed into it. No worries. Interesting. Build up spawn to progress. That's an interesting idea. Ah, Botania. Everything will be completely safe. Me using my explosives next to my flowers and all of my delicate equipment. Yeah, well, I'll just explode these TNT for the explosive flower right next to my ME drive with all of my items on all the drives. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Interesting. Like, you get to progress to different parts of the game depending on how nice spawn looks. Huh. Very interesting idea. But yeah, I'm a little worried about the doing the Artificer pack. Not for the pack at all, but just because I really want the Artificer pack to go on for a while so I could do all the stuff. Like go to the planets, get the power armor, yada yada yada. But I just don't want to die early on in that one. And I know death is pretty easy because there's a lot of powerful things in it, like ice and fire monsters, for example, and the samurai mod has a habit of spawning these like what are they called? I can't remember the name. They're like the fox looking spirit. can't remember their name. I know what they're called, but I can't remember their name. It has a habit of spawning those, and those are pretty powerful. Interesting. Encouraging others to build. Man, these credits go on for a long time. Goodness. Crazy how many more people work on Minecraft now. While this is going on, I actually do want to revisit the yeah, the final stanza of the poem. I kind of rushed it because it was going very fast, but I absolutely love the final stanza. And the universe said I loved you. And the universe said you had played the game well. And the universe said everything you need is within you. And the universe said you are stronger than you know. And the universe said you are the daylight. And the universe said you are the night. And the universe said the darkness you fight is within you. And the universe said the light you seek is within you. And the universe said you are not alone. And the universe said you are not separate from every other thing. And the universe said you are the universe tasting itself, talking to itself, reading its own code. And the universe said I love you, because you are love. And the game was over, and the player woke up from the dream, and the player began a new dream, and the player dreamed again, dreamed better. And the player was the universe, and the player was love. You are the player. Wake up. has its own Wikipedia entry. It went pretty well. The preparations we made were very effective because I delayed the fight by waiting because I actually had to wait a few nights to get phantoms to spawn because I was very diligent about sleeping. And the potion of slow falling was probably the most effective tool I brought because it not only allowed me to get down from the pillars incredibly safely, but every time the Ender Dragon flung me into the air, I was able to glide down, and it flung me into the air a good chunk of times, and that is the real possibility of it just ending right there from falling. Because I didn't have Feather Fall, and the more times you do the clutch, the water bucket clutch, the higher the chance that one of them is going to be a failure. Because in that instance, it doesn't matter if the failure percentage is 0.01. If I hit one that's a failure, that could just be the end. So I made sure to get the Featherfall potions. I also had the water bucket, but I made sure to not... I made sure not to anger any Endermen. Yeah, because I think it's listing a lot of subsidiaries as well. And then I obviously just used the crossbow the whole time, and we brought plenty of arrows. But yeah, the Ender Dragon fight went very well. We also, before we did it, we also looted the library. So now we have a lot of bookshelves to work with. which is really good, because actually that's the thing I want to build in the village, is a library for a librarian, because we want the mending book. Sadly, we don't have the create enchantment industry to duplicate books. Yes, the potions of slow falling are so good. As well as if you don't want to risk nighttime, whether it's the actual mobs or just 2 phantoms, you could also tame a cat. And every time you go to bed and the cat sleeps with you, they have a chance of bringing you a gift in the morning. And one of the gift items they could bring you is a phantom membrane, which is needed for the potion of slow falling. Which is very cool, because it goes back to that whole idea of the cats also can hunt the phantoms. Which again, in my opinion, cats make the best pet to bring with you for building, because they scare away creepers, and creepers blow up your builds. They scare away phantoms, because you're probably going to be staying up like multiple nights in a row to build things, and they don't take fall damage, so if you build up high and the cat falls off, it's just going to teleport back to you. I mean, you have to be worried about the cat pushing you off, but if you accidentally push the cat off, the cat will be fine. Cat, best building pet. Although the hissing gets a little annoying, because the phantoms won't just leave, they'll keep like going after you. Well, this is continuing to go on for a while. Let me see how long the credits are. The Allays. I guess they're cool. I don't really have any strong opinions about them. Um, okay, we're decently close to it, and we're like 80%. I don't really have any strong opinions on them. I think because they came out during a time when I was kind of apathetic, I guess, toward that mob vote. So I guess I don't really have any strong opinions on them. I don't seek them out, and I don't hate them, so. And yeah, you did type it correctly. What do you think about Allays? That is just. I guess that's the correct way of putting it. Even though I wouldn't consider myself an expert on English grammar. Sometimes I feel like I barely know English myself. Interesting. Because what was the Allay up against? It was up against the Copper Golem and the Glare, I think, right? And I think what the Glare did is it just moved towards areas that it was dark enough for mobs to spawn, and the Copper Golem would just push copper buttons. So yeah, I don't really have any like strong preference to any of them. I think the only one that I would have some kind of preference to is the Golem, just for the sake of having more Golems. But that's a very weak thing. Who knows? Maybe you're typing better than you think you are. I've seen a decent chunk of posts where the entire post will be in like perfect English and use like grammar better than I could, and they would then follow up with sorry if it sounds weird, English isn't my first language. And I'm like, my guy, you wrote like a perfect English essay. when the non-native English speaker is better at English than the native English speaker. I bet there's a lot that are better than me in English, because I kind of suck at English. Like, if anyone read any of my world-building documents, they would see all of my, like, run-on sentences. Yeah, I get your point, but I just like the idea of having more golems for lore. Because that means the world of Minecraft has a good chunk of golemancy going on. But I don't really have a strong preference, so whenever I'm playing a mod pack, I like to add friends and foes, so that way we get all of the mob vote losers. Because I like myself the Moobloom. Moobloom, very wholesome. Alright, we're about 90%, so I'm gonna continue. We're gonna push on till the end of the credits, but future hardcore seasons, we're not gonna sit here and watch the whole credits. This is a lot. No worries, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching us watch the credits. The learning English from YouTube videos is actually something I've seen happen decently often. Mostly because, like, other English YouTubers will mention it. They'll mention how a lot of comments they get are from people learning English from their videos. Most notably, DenTDM has mentioned that he's had a few fans that were like, yeah, I learned English by watching a lot of your videos. Which is fun to see. Alright, is this the last development partner or second to last? Alright, last one is Virtuosity alumni. Skybox alumni. SProgs alumni. Okay, cool. We're getting close. Okay, we're on the second to last development partner. Strange, it's just a gap. There it is. Virtuosity Alumni, the final development partner in the credits. Yeah. Oh. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. Huh. Huh. Really? I guess elsewhere in the world, it's just everyone's just better at spelling than Americans. In fact, even now, my spelling is still terrible. I mess up spelling all the time. Sometimes it's from me typing or writing too fast. Sometimes it is me just like not knowing how to spell. All right, that is the end of the credits. Yeah. And we're back at our unfinished pumpkin farm. Oh, okay then. So we have the dragon egg. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the kind words. I'm glad the video was helpful. Yeah, I do really appreciate it. Alright, what we'll do for the dragon egg is we'll make a quick pedestal. Is there a crafting table around here? Here's one. I'll probably move it later down the line, but let's put it down somewhere. There we are. Yeah, we're back at home base. So the next step is getting enchanting going. So let me let me put away some of my battle gear. And we can go and grab some stuff to make stuff. It's the technical term. Put away our diamonds. Put away... I have an empty chest. Put that. I don't need this many arrows. Interesting. So it must be like similar-ish. I don't know how similar-ish because I don't actually know. In my mind, it goes to like how languages like German can be like you can combine any two words together. But I don't know if that's actually the case. That's just my limited understanding from what German I took in high school. Do we have any unemployed villagers? You're a cartographer. You're a Fletcher. I think we have a priest in here, our unfinished temple to the Platinum Dragon. The inside looks really nice. The outside, that's not done yet. So I think everyone is employed. So we are gonna need to make some more beds. A Q, like the word? I couldn't tell you where that comes from. I need stuff to make beds, which is wool. Here we are. Okay. I mean, in English, we do have some compound words, like pancake. Although we probably got that from a different language, but yeah. Alright, we have more beds. I'll probably move those. So bring me more joy as in talking to people and yourself than playing alone. I don't know. I've never really thought about it like that. I definitely do enjoy doing it, but I'm not sure I like have a preference for whatever I want to, like whichever one I prefer. Yeah, 4 vowels in a row. English is wacky. Another example of a wacky English phrase is Pacific Ocean, because every C in that word is pronounced differently. But back to the streaming question. Sometimes I just enjoy... I mean, I still enjoy playing alone, but sometimes I do enjoy talking to someone. Whether that is a friend or the live stream chat. I do like hearing what you guys have to say, and it's fun to, like, keep... It is fun to, like, have a conversation going on. I will admit, though, that there are some times when... although I do like streaming, there are some specific times that I'll feel like not really wanting to do it. Those are generally like when I want to play a game or play with some close friends. Like when something's going on really well and it's stream time, and I have I'm obligated to come to the stream since I told you guys that that's the stream time. As well as it's both relaxing and exhausting simultaneously. I guess is a weird way of putting it, because I'm not like stressed out or on edge or anything while streaming, but there is still an element of once the stream ends, it is like a fully, like I can fully just switch the brain off. Like my brain still has to be a little active while streaming. I know not everyone is like that. Like, I'm pretty sure at some point, I think it was Tubbo mentioned that he is, like, completely relaxed when streaming. I don't know how to remember how to make a lectern. There we are. But yeah, it's a weird thought, or weird feeling, I guess. While we're waiting for a villager to come into existence, I'm gonna go get some more stone. Yeah, English is pretty funky. Oh right, I moved my bed. Interesting. I guess that's I guess I have to. I can't assume that every norm that I have is carried over to non-native speakers. Because especially when I'm like taking notes, if I'm in like a class of some kind, abbreviating is very useful because I'm able to write the same amount of meaning in less time, so I can like keep up. Because for whatever reason, English, your brain is able, like, if you know English well, your brain is able to, like, still understand what the word is, even if you remove, I think, the vowels. I mean, there are some instances where that's not the case. Like, if you do DG, your brain's not going to know whether that's dog or dig. But, like, there's a good few instances where you can just remove the vowels. And your brain will, like, still know what it is. I don't know if it's exclusively vowels, but, like, you can remove a good chunk of the letters and your brain will still be able to figure it out. Okay, so the whole playing with friends thing. One reason why I do stream is because as I'm getting older, me and my friends are having, less time to play together. So it is kind of a something else that I can do for when friends aren't around. But one thing I've actually started learning recently as a fun reason why it's fun to stream is because you guys are all so varied in like different. Whenever you guys pop in and like share anything, like the past few days, we've had people in the stream who have been from Poland, from Turkey, from Ukraine. It's cool to see like all over the world where everyone is from. As well as I've realized I like sharing and I like explaining things, which leads to the interesting side effect as a dungeon master when I'm like running a game for friends and I can't share anything cool I have planned because the whole point is they're supposed to experience it during the game. But yeah, that's like the abstract idea of wanting to share is also why I like doing it. I also like it for documentation. One of my favorite things to do sometimes is just to reminisce about the old hardcore. Because before I started streaming on YouTube frequently, I used to stream on Twitch. And I streamed hardcore with a bunch of my like IRL friends. and it was fun to just go back and see it all documented because I had I imported it to YouTube. But yeah, the three reasons why I like doing it is community, sharing, and documentation. And the whole like playing with friends thing is kind of once in a blue moon whenever uh like friends happen to be online at the same time a stream is happening, because yeah, there's a lot that goes into the reasoning behind it. Alright, a couple more stacks of stone later. We are good to go. Like, in fact, this thing, the pit, was originally from one of those early hardcore streams. It became infamous because it claimed the lives of so many people, so many of my friends during the hardcore streams. Enderman keep putting blocks on my trees. Alright, I'm gonna turn this into stone brick. Then we still need to wait for the baby villager to grow up. Oh, I forgot I put a chest in here. Oh, there's all my wool. Boats, coal. So I think here we're gonna put a library. I'm not actually entirely sure what design I want to go for the library. We're just gonna start throwing blocks down and see what happens. Yeah, I hear English is very hard to get your head around. So let's put let's start with the bookshelves, because we have many of them. And we can actually freely pick them up without them breaking, because we have Silk Touch. I think what I want to do is do like a... So I want to put like a little area with some stairs here and some carpet, so that way it's like a little reading area. I think that's pretty solid. Here, you guys can have some more bread, because this bread is clogging my inventory. Oh, you know what we could do? We could put a fireplace here, make it feel all cozy. I do want some more spruce logs for this, though. Make a cozy fireplace. Oh dear, this is the pit I nearly killed myself in the other day. Here, we're gonna put some scaffolding up. Just as a little warning marker. We start with this base. Do we have Aqua Affinity too? Dang, we got the... Well, aside from the lack of respiration, we've got the underwater kit. So, sun is setting. Let me go sleep. Actually, do we have another villager yet? We don't. That's kind of annoying. The firefly bushes. Huh. That's funny describing it as like spawning in your head. Excuse me, Varmer. Yeah, everyone's gonna have their own reasons for liking to do it. And thank you for the notion of confidence for Dungeon Master skill. I try my hardest to constantly improve my skills as a Dungeon Master. Not one there, because that's where the fireplace is going to be. So I think for this, I need more log. Oh, don't worry. I've had my fair share of, like, comedic misspellings. One time I had a spelling test, and I had to spell the word of. Like, why can't I think of a good example? Like, Cole is the master of Earth. And I tried to spell it like, I think UVH or something. Which is nowhere near the correct spelling of that word. That's one of the craziest things about the internet is, like, as you're talking about, like, the English speaking bubble that you're in. because I'm aware that a lot of European countries will still have a decent like English speaking like population, um, but it's like on the internet you can like really just lose yourself in how in like whatever community for whatever language, which is really crazy. It rain. Here, can you guys like fill in the village, please? We need a librarian. So yeah, we're gonna put a fireplace there. Looks cool, I suppose. Ooh, we just most definitely need to fill that in under there. That's one of the things that I think Europe has a like so much better over the States is the like almost the natural bilingualness. I mean, I know statistically English is like really big. So if you're gonna have any language be the first language someone should learn, there's a good argument for English. But I just feel like we would benefit so much more if we had more if there's a more push to have natural bilingualness in American students. And because of my axe, I naturally collect up the the leaves. So that's a pretty solid like foundation for the library, I think. My only issue is it's gonna be like very boxy, so I might see if I can add something on one of the sides, but we'll see. Yes, perfect. Or should we be a little fancy and do that? Yeah, like that is very true. The natural tendency for the US to be monolinguistic like really fights against that. Um the only part that's somewhat like that is probably going to be like Texas because of its proximity to Mexico. There's a pretty good chunk of like Spanish speakers in Texas. A lot of people will learn it because it's for family reasons. If you have a lot of family that only speaks in Spanish, then but you live in like the United States, you're gonna have a very strong incentive to want to know both languages. Excuse me, priest. So that way you can both interact effectively with stuff in the States, but also be able to interact with your family. That is the big like thing is you either use it or you lose it. Oh, we have a cat. Oh. Um. Pillars here be too much? Nah, I kind of like it. Oh, we have multiple cats. Like, because I learned German in high school, and because I'm just not in, because in my life I don't have things that require me to know German. I haven't like focused on it too much, and I know that's definitely a good chunk of my fault for not putting myself in situations where I need to learn German more. Because I could definitely be more proactive about it. A rainbow. Oh, I was like, why does this not look right? It's because I didn't do the stair thing here. Guten Tag. Ich heiße Garth. Ich spiele Minecraft. Yeah, putting yourself in an environment where it's kind of required that you learn the language is probably the best way to learn the language. Considering that's kind of what you go through when you like learn to speak, almost. is you're in an environment where you need to learn the like native language around you in order to communicate with people. So you kind of have to learn it. What I would love to do is, but I just don't have the skill yet to do it because I'm not a like freaking language expert. But I would love to make a fully fleshed out Draconic language in the similar vein how Tolkien made a fully fleshed out Elvish language. Although I don't think he called it Elvish. Oh, I see what you mean. So you don't have to rely on dubs or subs for anime. That makes sense. Alright, farmers, here's some more farmland. Alright, let's quickly make the fireplace. And one of the best things about the addition of campfires is that we don't have to use open flames anymore. What language? I guess my top 3 would probably be German, because that's the one I like learned in high school, and it would be so much fun to like actually be fluent in that, as well as like some of my family knows not like too much, like it's not like a necessary to talk to them, they all know English, but some of my family also knows a little bit of German. What else? The other two I don't really have good explanations for. Latin/Greek could be interesting, considering it's like a root of a lot of the other languages, and a lot of Western society likes to idealize Rome and Greece to almost an unhealthy amount. I don't really know beyond that, actually. I mean, it would obviously be fun to like learn like almost all of the European languages, but if I only had to pick a few. See, I need a bit of coal to make a campfire. Why did I make torches? I don't need to make torches. Good thing I did not turn all of my things into torches. I just realized we could also put chiseled bookshelves in here and actually put like written books in there in the library. We definitely should do that at some point. Yeah, learning a historical language would be cool. Like learning like Old Norse would be fun. I mean, obviously there's Latin. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. And I put that way too low. There's also Old English, which, from what I saw while looking at the comparison of Beowulf in Old English and Modern English side by side, Old English is like a whole other can of worms. Because like English history, I mean every history or every language has its own lore, but I say lore history. Um, but what's it called? But yeah, like we're definitely forced to double down on the history of the English language over here. And so we have to go through the whole process of how Britain was originally inhabited by the Britons and the Celts until the Germans invaded and became or the Saxons invaded and became the Anglo-Saxons. And then the Vikings and like fought with the Anglo-Saxons a bunch, and then the Vikings also fought with the French or the Franks in northern France, eventually hybridizing with both England and France to get Normans, and then because of succession and medieval politics, William invaded England and brought Norman and French to England. So now we have this weird hybrid of like 4 different things. The crab claw, yes, I know, but people wanted their pet safe. I can't remember if I voted on that one. I'm pretty sure one thing that surprised me though was they were not doing just first past the post voting for the mob votes, because I totally thought they would. They actually just did 2 rounds, because the first round, the one with the lowest votes got knocked out, so everyone who voted for that one, assuming they came back for round 2 of voting, had to vote for something else. Which is better than first past the post, because first past the post voting absolutely sucks. First past the post voting system is objectively bad. Alright, let's make sure and go to sleep, so that way no creepers come up and blow up my stuff. That was just English. I don't know what it's like for the other languages. The cool thing is, if you learn a historical language and get pretty adept at reading it, you can read primary sources for whatever that history or whatever like that nation's language was. Like if you learn Old Latin, you could read primary sources for stuff about the Roman Empire. You know what we could use in here is candles, but I think the only way to get candles are like honeycombs. I don't remember how to get those. Ah, man, we're down like one trapdoor. Sorry, my brain is already occupied by physics and geography. You'll have to wait in the queue. Alright, do we have a new villager running around or not? Because I put down 2 beds. We don't. Why are you guys not making more villager? Get some iron for some lamps. Lantern. We also still need to finish the outside of that building. But here we are, a library. There we are. We have a library with a nice little study/reading nook. Realistically, we could probably take our bookshelves and like fill in this area. And then what we could do is we could put like a stair, lantern. There we go, we have a library. Let's quickly make some more lecterns, though. And I believe it's a bunch of slabs. We'll make them out of birch slabs. Actually, you're right. It is like perfect weather in there. Or not in there, but like for it. Nice and cozy. Here, let me... I have space for it. Let me throw down a quick... Take off the armor, stay a while. There we are. We're vibing in the library. Honestly, this is probably going to be a pretty solid point to end it. We have survived 87 days in this world of hardcore, and we've successfully defeated the Ender Dragon. But this is not the end of Season 1 yet. We still have more plans. We have a temple to Bahamut to finish. We have Elytra to get. We have 128 netherite hose to obtain, apparently. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do. But I will be wrapping up the stream for today. Thank you, thank you everyone who decided to tune in. Thank you for watching me kill the Ender Dragon, sit there for like half an hour watching the credits, and watch me build the library. It's a lot of fun. And a special shout out to our current channel members, like the one we currently have in chat right now. Big plans indeed. But just another special shout out to everyone who decided to tune in. It means a lot. It means a whole lot. Yep, bye-bye. I hope you have a good, as our viewer has put it before, whatever time it is for you, because we have recently found out that a lot of our viewers are from all over the world, which is exciting. So have a good whatever time it is for you. And see you later.